The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome everybody to the Meet the Majors night. Thank you so much for joining. I hope everybody had an incredible experience at the recent World Conference that we just had in Miami, of course. It was honestly the best event we've had thus far, and every single event, they continue to amaze me with things that they roll out, things that they enhance, and how the business gets easier and easier and easier every single year. It just completely amazes me. Every time I think that they've done it all, they come out with something new. So, coming in on the tail end of such a powerful event, we wanted to just take a moment to talk a little bit about Market America's university major concept. So, very simply put, the university major concept really refers to areas of specialization. And what's really unique about specializing in Market America in one of our areas, our industries, is that it allows you a unique opportunity to not only create sales and lifelong customers, but also prospects for your business within different niches of the company. And what's really exciting about that is it's not just something that you have to already be specialized in or familiar with. There are proven systems and training that are put in place to help you to become successful within each of those areas of specialization. And anybody can do it. I mean, all of the areas of specializations have a plan, a system in place. They have certified training. They have directors that are leading the parade in those areas, and they have ongoing opportunities to stay engaged within each of those areas of specialization as well. And so really tonight is all about that and trying to get a nice full-rounded course evaluation or a course overlook of everything that we offer in the company. So we have very special guests tonight, and each of our guests are going to take 10 minutes, just a quick 10-minute high-level overview of what their major is all about. They're going to give you a quick introduction to their products, to their process, what it looks like to be part of that major, their programs, meaning ways to be engaged and be trained, and really any next steps if you're looking for more information about that specific area of specialization. So we are going to start off the night with motives. And to present on motives, we have our motives field consultant, Leigh Reider. I'm sure everybody has been working with her and seeing her posts and all of the support and training that she's providing for the field. She's incredible, and I'm really excited to hear from you, Leigh. So why don't you go ahead and talk to us a little bit about motives?
Thank you so much, Sarah. And is there a way that you can allow me to share my screen?
I'm passing presenter mode over to you now.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
All right, so I'm really excited to be here tonight because not only do I get to talk about motives, but a lot of people don't realize that our division actually includes personal care products like Royal Spa and our Fix line, and it also includes our skincare products such as Lumiere de Vie, Cellular Laboratories, and I'm sure you're all familiar with all of those skincare lines. But why would you want to major in motives or even go to any of our trainings? If you guys look at the global beauty and personal care products market, it's actually estimated to grow 57% over 8 years. So it's anticipated to grow to about $750 billion by 2024. So what can you do as a Motives Beauty Advisor? You can actually position yourself to leverage the purchasing power that we have, because the profits have to go somewhere. And we know that people are buying these products. You know, we talk about the shopping annuity. We talk about, having the client convert all of their spending over to us. And it just makes sense that we do offer the best products in the marketplace at the best price. So what we do is we really teach you how to create that relationship with your clients or your customers, and we can offer them personalized skincare routines, cosmetic consultations, beauty from the inside out. I think one of the misconceptions of this division is that you have to want to do makeup or be an esthetician or be in the beauty industry. when in reality, we actually have trainings to teach you how to leverage this market without even being in the beauty industry. So how much is a face worth? When we look at our BV and retail profit on a face using just 10 products, which everybody should have in their beauty bundle, that's 125 BV with a $70 retail profit. But you guys, that's just makeup. What about skincare? When we look at skincare and just cleansing, toning, treating, moisturizing, and then we look at some body products too, that's 176 BV and $95 retail profit. And that's really just the start, because once they start using products, you know how that goes, they always start to use more. So then we look at online mobile shopping. We actually know that it's estimated that 17.3 billion US dollars of beauty sales are actually through online stores and mail order products. Well, you can leverage your motivescosmetics.com website. And if you're an UnFranchise owner, you each have one of these. So we have a lot of tools on there. We have skincare analysis, meet the match. It's personally, it's always being updated. It's open 24/7, and it's a beautiful site. You don't even have to worry about updating it yourself. So what if you start with the consultations and you want to get further into leveraging your time? Well, we actually have duplicatable retail events, and these are really laid out where anybody can actually print off these outlines and do an event. At our Beauty Basics event, you don't even have to know how to apply makeup. You can just actually feature our top 10 products. Everything is there. It's Your Time to Shine is a group makeup lesson, and we have a flip chart that just goes through all the different products. So again, you don't even have to know how to apply makeup. And All About Skin goes over our advanced beauty advisors that want to learn all these outlines are available for a business account. The other thing about our division is we have 4 partnership options. So we can actually customize the perfect option for our prospects or anybody that wants to work with our brand, because we know that they all have different goals in mind. And with our new Motives Pro account, we are actually able to work with beauty professionals, because like me, a lot of beauty professionals started using our products because they are absolutely amazing. And with the way that the industry has evolved, we now have a program that's perfect for them. We do have tools such as the Motives Welcome Guide, which is now getting emailed out to all of our new partners that start the business. And then we also have these available for UnFranchise owners. You can order these in the back office or even print them out. And when we talk about marketing materials, we have them all for you. You guys, this is already built for you. All you have to do is just start to implement what we provide for you and start utilizing our programs. So we do have trainings, and I always joke because we have 3 main level trainings, and those are really for everybody. And again, we're not going to make you put on makeup, but it's a really good way to learn about all of our products, because we do have so many. I think in our division, we probably have close to the most amount of products. So it's really important to know. And then if you want to get a little bit further into application, we do have our workshops, which are hands-on application training. So you want to learn how to get the perfect eyes, perfect pout. And then we always do, of course, train you how to do our duplicatable events. And then we do have a new Motives Beauty and Business Academy that's perfect for those who want to learn how to work with professionals and be more of a beauty consultant or a professional salon consultant. And the one thing that I want to let everybody know is that every Monday night, we actually have something going on for Motives Monday. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We either have a webinar or a conference call. So it's the perfect opportunity for you to not only learn about Motives, but also something to plug in anybody that's curious to learn more about what we have to offer. So thank you so much, everybody, for listening to the webinar tonight. And I'm going to hand it back over to Sarah.
Thank you so much, Leigh. That was so top level, perfectly informative. And I have to say, you guys, I am by no means an expert in makeup or skincare, but I couldn't agree with Leigh more. The tools that are provided in Motives make it so easy to host an event. I've hosted several Motives events myself, and I literally just used things like we did our own. The one with the flip chart and the placemat, and it just every slide in the flip chart just tells you like the next step. It gives you information about the product, and it tells you like what to do with the product. So it was like a group lesson and so much fun, a really easy way to generate sales, and it also generates possibilities for the business as well. So thank you for sharing that, Leigh. And if anybody else is looking for more information about Motives or how to maybe specialize or even to minor in Motives, now you know where to go. So we are going to switch gears here, and we're going to turn it over to Miss Sue Pasqual. And Sue Pasqual has worked with us for a number of years. She is our Director of Field Training and Sales for TLS. And but more than that, she's also leading the parade with sales and business building herself, especially within the TLS division. And she's an expert by every account of mine. Every time I have any kind of question about a product or weight management or health and nutrition, I'm always texting her. So she's a wealth of knowledge, and we're really lucky to have her tonight. So Sue, you want to give everybody a nice overview of what TLS looks like?
Yes, I would love to do that. Thanks, Sarah, for organizing this. And I'm really excited to talk to you guys a little bit here about the TLS weight loss solution. TLS stands for Transitions Lifestyle System. And the greatest thing about TLS is it truly is a lifestyle. We have never had to change our feathers, so to speak, since inception of this program. And if you're looking at online trends at this point, people are truly looking for lifestyle. And so what are the components to lifestyle that people are looking for? Our 4 components are low glycemic impact eating, body composition, improving it, science-based supplementation, and education. So really what those 4 things break down to is eating, exercising, supplementing to support your body, and educating. And those 4 things truly make up what everybody's looking for. Because at the end of the day, it is so important to realize that 1 out of 3 people are struggling with their weight. And so when we sit here and talk a little bit about how TLS can impact your unfranchised business, it really can go with any division you may be interested in building on within the university major. The reason for that is 1 out of 3 people are struggling. And so if we're not utilizing the TLS solution, and I'm not talking about necessarily supporting somebody or coaching somebody if you don't have that interest, but I'm thinking about somebody is going to purchase a shake, go and do a different program. They're going to search online for something that your business offers. So TLS is really a great system to work your unfranchised business in. So, when we talk about products and our 3rd component, which is the supplement piece, it is a comprehensive program because we truly have something for everyone. We have things like your health guide and journal, which I'm going to pair with your tlsslim.com/your URL site, which everybody has. Those 2 things together are kind of like your Bible to TLS. They are what you're going to be guided through. We have things like the TLS Core, which helps manage your hunger, whey protein, whether you're looking for just something to recover after a workout, or you keep getting sick or injured, or you had surgery and you need a little bit more protein for healing. We have our plant-based shakes that have pea and rice protein, which is a complete protein. Let's talk about belly fat, overall fat. People want to banish that. We have our CLA product. Our thermochrome helps with energy, but it also helps with fat burning. Our TLS Act helps with certain stress-related issues, especially stress-related weight issues, and it also kind of helps that brain fog we have. Our TLS green coffee plus Garcinia cambogia, that is a powerhouse because not only does it help inhibit the conversion of carbs into fat, but it helps promote healthy weight loss. And all of these things kind of do it in a different mechanism of action. Our Trim Tea and our Trim Cafe are our two newest product lines to the TLS family. Those help feel full, those help curb your appetite, they help with weight loss. And if you just kind of want a quick start of a system and you're not really interested in guiding someone or coaching somebody, the 21-day challenge kit is kind of like the easiest way to get somebody started because it truly has everything a person needs to succeed, including supplements, what they should eat, tracking sheet, shaker bottle, you name it. You may be wondering, can I take all these supplements together? And the answer is yes. They have been created to synergistically work together, assuming you do not have any contraindications. On Market America is extremely conservative and everything would be there on the bottle. So when we talk about business building, the profitability is just astounding with this. And the reason for it is monthly consumption. Every single person who's participating in the TLS program, when they run out of a product, in a month, they're going to reorder. Why are they going to reorder? Because the products do what they say they're going to do. They instantly give you retail profit. And truly, TLS can be a BV machine, which I'm going to show you in a little while. But as we move to the advent of the shopping annuity, which is just a great masterpiece to this already great business, we have things that will help within our TLS program, like Balance by Bistro MD. You know, there's certain people who don't like to cook, don't have time to cook. Let's face it, maybe they shouldn't be cooking. So we have a program for that, and they can earn cash back for that. You as an UnFranchise owner earn IBV and a commission check off of that. We have different food items, we have workout gear, and you have to remember that once somebody starts feeling better about themselves physically, emotionally, spiritually, you really can lead them to other purchases, whether it be a health and nutrition product, or perhaps it's a makeup product because they're feeling better about themselves, or whatever it may be. Even our Snap line can be used in here because people might want something more cleaner and leaner on their skin. Here's a perfect example of profitability. Let's just take two simple products with TLS, the TLS Core and a multivitamin. If you're looking at your base 10, which means you have 10 customers. Now, guys, 1 out of 3 people are overweight. So 10 people looking to feel better before the summer comes is simple. With just those two products, you're earning $20.55 each. That's $205.50 in your pocket for just the core, $60 in your pocket with the multi, totaling $265.50 plus 54 BV. That is amazing, right? So let's look at that in a base 10, 7 strong. Base 10 is you have 10 customers. 7 strong is you have 7 partners, 1 including yourself. This can really be done in a 3 to 6 month build out. I want to explain this here to you guys. Each partner in this example is doing only what I just talked about, which is just a core and just a multi. And we know that people use a lot more with TLS. With 3 partners doing that on each side, you not only are helping every single person on your team earn $265.50, but you are earning personally $21.90 BV on your right and left side in your first month of this full build out with your base 10-7 strong. So that first month, not only are you earning the $265.50 in retail profit, but a $300 commission check. So right there, that's $500. And I know that that will help your bank account. Now, with TLS being a comprehensive program, most of our people want to participate in our 12-week program. So here's the reorder of just those 2 products. Month 1 and month 2, just a core, just a multi. I'm here to tell you that people order more, but we're keeping it simple. Same $265.50 go through retail profit, plus a $600 commission check because you're surpassing your $2,400 and $3,600 BV. So that right there is $865 in your bank account in a 2-month build out. 3 months, we're doing the same thing. Your entire team is earning weekly, monthly. You're earning here another $865.50 because your customers are just reordering. It's just easy. The profitability with TLS is amazing. But what does a UFO who major in TLS actually do? Well, we use and share products. We advertise our brands through home overviews, coffee shops, one-on-ones. We have all these tools available for you right on downloads. You do not have to recreate the wheel. If you're interested in coaching someone, we have a coach's guide. You simply just download it and read it and follow up. All you got to do is just build relationships. The best clients and customers often become UFOs. And I want you to know that with TLS, it is not how much you know, it is how much you care. A simple text message asking a customer how they're doing with their weight loss goals goes a real long way. So we have things like a handout. Our trifold informational handout is such a great leave behind. It has so much information, testimonials, success stories, what to expect. This is something that I would recommend that you download and utilize. Use your partner stores like a Staples to make it a high level print as well. We have science, we have infographics, we have product sheets. Again, keep it simple. Everything has been created for you. Don't feel like TLS is difficult. It is actually so simple to do because everything is there for you. Someone's interested in something, you have something to send them. Oops, sorry, I just went backwards. So we have trainings like our TLS 101 and 201. We have some great trainings all over the country. We have great trainers all over the country. We have our UnFranchise media app that has TLS audios for you guys to listen to. We have our YouTube channel. We have our TLS coaches and online support party page. This is a great resource for anybody who might have a question. You might have a question like, how do I get a client started? How do I participate in a TLS online party? Hey, what does the TLS core do again? And we have all that available for you. I want to invite you guys to join that website because starting tomorrow we have TLS Tuesdays. We're going to have Facebook Live series 3 times a month from different coaches and trainers helping you build an UnFranchise business through TLS. So I want to thank you guys for learning a little bit more about the TLS or Transitions Lifestyle System. We truly are a one-stop shop company, and make sure you keep your customers in your own business because 1 out of 3 people are struggling with your weight. I'm going to turn it right back over to you, Sarah Rose.
Okay, thanks, Sue. That was super informative. And guys, as you can see, this is definitely eye-opening. You look at these different divisions and you think, oh, that would be great, but you think you have to know so much about whatever that niche is or that industry is all about. But you really don't, because the company takes care of all of that for you. They provide you with the professional marketing materials, the website management, the training systems. And like Sue said, it's all there. And taking the time to learn how to specialize in any of these areas like TLS or motives or the other ones we're going to talk about tonight can really give you an opportunity to build a strong customer base and then even build on products that those customers are purchasing from you. So we are going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to talk about WebCenters, which was my major when I first came into the business. And what I love about MA WebCenters, of course, is that you're dealing with small business owners and leaders of nonprofits and people that it's a business to business services major. So it's kind of interesting because you're not necessarily dealing with your immediate network, but rather people that you have a warm connection with in your communities and helping to provide them with website solutions. So obviously, I am not a website designer, but that was my major and is my major and has been for 14 years. And And because of the system, I was able to major in that. So I'm just like any of our majors, you guys. If you see something and you're attracted to it, you can really get behind a product or really picture yourself as part of the process. It looks profitable to you. It's something that you could see yourself getting excited about. If you learn the system, you can be great at anything. So to talk about WebCenters, we have our director for MA WebCenters, Jason Pelland, who has been doing incredible things for the program over the last year and a half. And, I couldn't think of a better person to turn the program that was like my baby over to than Jason, because just like every other person on the call tonight, not only does he have great experience in the program, but he continues to lead from the front. So, Jason, I'm going to go ahead and pass presenter mode over to you, and you can talk a little bit about MA WebCenters.
I appreciate that so much, and certainly big shoes to fill. Sarah Rose, you're doing an incredible job. Thank you so much for putting this together for all of us. And one thing that we want to remember is that this is really an incredible opportunity for all of us to really leverage what Market America and the universities each offer. Certainly diversity and being a product brokerage company offers a huge opportunity in retail, but also in business building, whereby we can expand our businesses across multiple industries and categories without having to be specialists in each of those categories. In fact, my background is actually as a personal trainer, so you'd think that things like health and nutrition and Nutri-metrics and TLS really was my wheelhouse, but I fell right into web solutions as my major, as well as my life change. And really, it all comes down to the fact that we're systemized, standardized, and uniform across all these majors. So to talk a little bit more about web solutions, we got to talk about the internet climate. Really, we realize that more and more people are using the internet than ever before. So when we look at the market, it's unbelievable that people spend more than 5 hours a day on their mobile device. 74% of people are more likely to visit a mobile optimized site. So you just look at yourself and your own use, where you're turning to get news, information, games, socializing. It's all coming in the form of some sort of technology. 85% of customers expect businesses to be active on social media. And this is really impressive. There are 3.4 billion Google searches per day, and more than half are for local searches. And certainly as consumers, we're always turning to the internet for online reviews. So why MA WebCenters and Web Solutions for you? Well, certainly it's a way to create new customers, business class customers. But I love the fact that it offers an average of $1,000 in retail profit. So think to yourself, is it maybe something for a down payment for a new vehicle, or even just a monthly car payment? Maybe it's for tickets or for travel expenses to an upcoming event. Maybe you're trying to cut down on some credit card debt. And I know we're going to talk about Shop Financial. Maybe this is a way to kind of infuse more cash flow into your debt reduction. Maybe it's just a career change, or for me, it was a backup plan. When I was faced with a layoff, not once, not twice, but 3 times, it was MA WebCenters and the sales support team that really saved my home and really put something in place that I could feel secure in my own financial position. Every single website sale offers 230 BV. So think about yourself and your organization if that's the kind of infusion of BV that you'd like to see. But we also talk about consumable products. But we talk about MA WebCenters, we're talking about an ongoing 5 to 35 BV per month per client for our products and services. So it comes in a recurring or residual type of nature, and certainly creates new possibilities. We're always talking about, how to expand our business with business-minded professionals. Well, in the B2B services and MA WebCenters, you're talking to business owners. So it's a great place to add new possibilities. And of course, it's fun. It's fun getting out there and meeting new people. So what do we offer? Well, it's more than just a website. A lot of people have the misconception that MA WebCenters is just websites. Our foundation product is a responsive website design, but built on top of that platform is an easy to edit website platform, but also email marketing campaigns, our 24/7 tech support, blogging features, appointment and reservation tools, everything that a business really needs in order to compete online today. But beyond that, we also offer digital marketing products such as social media. We also assist with search engine optimization, Google advertising, and content writing. We have different tiers of website hosting and management for various clients. But our new product I'm really excited about is Morse Connect, which is text message marketing. And it's a great way to engage with customers. So it's another way to have B2B service types of conversations with local small to medium-sized businesses. But really, it doesn't come down to just you. You have the relationship in the local marketplace, but it's really a partnership. It's Market America worldwide, MA Web Centers, and you. So MA Web Centers offers these solutions that are professional, they're affordable, they're easy to maintain. And in fact, a lot of our Market America branded websites and support sites are on the MA Web Centers platform. They're all inclusive, secure, supported, and again, it's a partnership between you, MA Web Centers, and Market America. And again, we offer a proven system for success whereby you talk to business owners and you simply set appointments with our product specialists. Our product specialists will talk to your client, find out what their needs are, whether it's a digital marketing product or service, or maybe a website redesign, find out where they're at currently with their marketing and see how we can move them forward and assist them in increasing revenue and decreasing expenses. From there, we have our sales teams, our design and digital teams. And once we build that relationship, your client gets a great site and they have ongoing 24/7 support. So again, each website sold generates on average $1,000 in retail profit and at least 230 BV initially, and that's just for the website product. Of course, if there's additional products like search engine optimization, social media, then there's that monthly on top of that. But each active client for our website platform generates 5, 30, or 35 BV per month based on what tier of management service they prefer. And again, when we talk about base 10, 7 strong, when you have 10 website clients, you're looking at anywhere between 50, 300, or 350 BV that comes in every single month because these businesses don't want to not pay their bill for their marketing service, right? So it's an ongoing type of BV stream. And of course, our digital marketing products generate additional BV and monthly retail profit. So how can you succeed? How can you succeed with MA Web Centers? Well, we have our online Web Center Academy, which includes our monthly Web Center overviews. Those are held on Tuesday evenings, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whether it's just a Web Center owner overview to learn more about Web Centers, whether it's a professional overview for our industry professionals, graphic designers, web developers, social media agencies, advertising firms, that would be on the first Tuesday of every month. And of course, we've got client education series as well each and every month. We have an online learning center. And of course, through the GMTSS, you can access the Web Center Training 101 and 2-on-1. So you want to make sure that you look into your local area and find out when that next training is. And of course, we're always doing online trainings, but we also offer challenges and contests. So you can find more information at our online resource site, which is MAWC, stands for Market America Web Centers, right? MAWC 411.com, and you can get access to our online learning center, an overview of the program, all our downloads and support materials are there, but also you'll see information about our new contest, our Level Up Challenge, which is running from March 1st to July 31st, a 6-month program. It's going to be 23 weeks of training. Again, 23 weeks of training when someone launches or accepts the challenge to participate in this contest. And we're going to have these recorded for people that will get pushed out in an email for them to review. It'll be archived on our website and our YouTube channel. So it's the best way that someone can learn how to succeed with MA Web Centers. We're going to have monthly and overall prizes and awards. And we've got these neat little recognition badges for people that win certain prizes that they can push out as well. Everything, again, comes down to www.mawc411.com for all the information and to register for this upcoming contest. But none of this is possible without having a web center. So a web center usually costs $350 and is 300 BV up front, and then you've got a recurring monthly fee to help pay for the services. But currently, through Friday, this Friday, the 22nd, we are offering a free web center special based on where you are globally. Certainly here in the US, you can see the code here, as well as across all the other market countries. But for those that may have had a web center previously, maybe they took advantage of one of these specials years ago, to reactivate it, you also can do that for free, which is usually $150. We're waiving that setup or reactivation fee, but there is a separate code. So make sure that you take notes on this. You can see all of this on our website. You can see it on the UnFranchise blogs, the e-news, all the social media channels, and all the various groups across the world today. We're trying to let people know that this is an opportunity to tap into the B2B services market. And whether you specialize in the area or not, I think we'd all agree that we're all running into businesses each and every day, whether we're getting coffee, lunch, dinner, cocktails, our dry cleaning, maybe even our automobiles are getting detailed or repairs. So we have access to business owners that we have a relationship with, and it's as simple as following our model to introduce our product specialists to ask them questions about their business and to present some of our solutions to help them increase revenues, decrease expenses, streamline business practices, and you can become part of the solution whereby you are consulting with them and you're earning an incredible retail profit, ongoing BV, but more importantly, you're impacting your local community. So with MA Web Centers, certainly sky is the limit. We've got people that are earning an incredible income, and this is without having any sales or marketing or advertising background. It really comes down to just following our proven system of success. Sarah Rose, I'll turn it back over to you, but thank you so much for the opportunity for us to all learn about all of the divisions tonight.
Yeah, that was awesome, Jason. Really excellent job as always. And guys, I just also want to mention one more thing. A lot of these majors, as you can see, like kind of mix, right? Like you can see where a beauty major mixes with wellness or weight management, because feeling good from the inside out is something that everybody wants. The same thing is true for web centers, because with web centers, if you're dealing with motives, or you're dealing with TLS, you're dealing with Nutri-metrics, you're also cross and coming across business owners, right? Maybe it's a salon owner or a gym owner, or somebody that owns a Zumba and Pilates studio, or doctors or health professionals or chiropractors, right? So there's a lot of crossover potential and easy leads when you major in some of these other majors and maybe minor in web centers, because you have a built-in network of potential clients as well. So I just thought I'd throw that out there as well. So our next presenter, he is amazing. I mean, he is an executive director with the company. He's also the director of the Shop Financial program for us. He also runs all of Market Australia. So, there's nothing I think that maybe Charlie Baer doesn't touch. He's an incredible person. And I recently had the pleasure of training with him in Pittsburgh and getting to understand Shop Financial a little bit more. And one of the things that I took away from those conversations was, geez, I really wish that I had taken the time to learn more about that sooner. I'm so excited to dive into Shop Financial a little bit more myself. And we're really lucky to have Mr. Charlie Baer on with us tonight to present to you what Shop Financial is all about.
Well, thank you, Sarah Rose. Let me give you a little information. You know what I really love about what we are doing here tonight and the unfranchised business itself, and it's what attracted me, is I'm not stuck in any one division. I don't have to force anybody to learn one area. And then again, we talk about how they all intermingle. Well, Shop Financial and Debt Shredder is really that, because almost everybody has some sort of debt. So let me give you a little bit of idea of what we do. Our goal is really to help people to stop overpaying interest and take that extra money and use it to their benefit. Now, there's no question that we live in a debt-fueled economy. If you look at, your average credit cards, student loans, mortgages, car loans, it really doesn't matter. We love toys. The question is debt killing the American dream? And there really, to me, is no question. I look at the average person, 74,000 plus in income. Here's how they spend their money. And what I find alarming today is that 40% of the American public right now puts $0 away for retirement, nothing. And if we think that Social Security is going to take us through our retirement years, you better reevaluate what you're looking at. Right now, if I look at the average debt in the United States, this is by age bracket. Here's what you have. Now, when you look at these numbers, I look at these numbers and go, wow, that really seems low. But what they're doing is they're taking this and spreading it across every 18-year-old and above if they have debt or no debt. So if you really look at the people that have debt, this is 2 to 3 times the actual number. You can triple that number, and now you know where you sit. There are more Americans today that take 6 figures of debt into retirement. To me, I would like to rest and relax a little bit maybe when I get to that point. So what does the American public do today to get rid of debt? Well, we know a majority of the people just pay the bill when it comes in, right? And that takes you through the normal term that you have. Now, if you have discretionary income at the end of the month, we're going to send 50, 100 bucks to something. And what we have a tendency to do is alternate debts. Maybe it'll mortgage this month. It could be a car loan next month. Could be credit cards the month after. You know, some people try a debt snowball. They pay off the smallest debt first and then keep attacking the next largest. We could do a debt avalanche. We pay the highest interest rate first and then keep attacking the next debt. Do they work? Of course they do. They all reduce your principal. The question is, how much money are you leaving in your lender's pocket instead of yours? And that is really the key. See, to me, I want people to stop procrastinating. Take control of your finances with the only financial GPS that's out there, right? It's called Debt Shredder. And the reason we use a GPS is so we don't have to think about where we're going. We don't have to look at a map. Well, when we talk about finance, it's even more confusing. And wouldn't it be great if you had a program that did all the mathematical calculations for you and you had to think about nothing? So what it looks like, and to me, this is one of the keys of it, what it does is a dashboard. It tells you how much interest you have remaining, how many years to pay you off, and what you're going to save. Here's an actual snapshot of somebody, right? Starting dashboard. It was going to take this person down to 9.9 years, right? And potentially save them $164,000. But it gives you a 3-month snapshot of where you're heading. 7 months into their program, they already cut $7,000 off and took their time down to 9.3 years. And it will absolutely, if you follow instructions, it'll blow you away on what happens, right? The 4 strategies it uses is interest cancellation, strategic payoff, time value of money, and the software itself. Guys, understand there's no way to get out of debt faster without paying off principal. There's no trick to what this does. It just does all the math. And the math can be unbelievable if you have more than one debt. Here's an actual example of a client, right? If they would have followed the bank's suggestion, they would have paid $262,000 on $150,000 borrowed. Debt Shredder will have them done in 8 years. We save them 18.8 years and put $83,000 plus in their pocket. See, to me, that frees up a ton of money, because if you got to retirement and you had an extra $461,000 in your pocket, I think that helps, right? And all it does is follows the math. Here's another one. They had $254,000 in debt. Debt Shredder saves them $137,000 if they invest that money, right? If they put that savings away at 1%, it turns into $616,000. We have them debt-free in 10.8 years. I save them 19.2. So what does it actually cost for a customer? It is a higher ticket item. It's $34.97, $3,497. But guys, look at it this way. When I talk to a customer, they're either going to spend, let's round it off to $3,500. They'll spend $3,500 to save $137,000 plus, or they're going to spend $137,000 to save $3,500. I get which one makes more sense to me. I'd rather have the money in my pocket. And today we have PayPal credit that'll allow you to buy the program, and it gives you 6 months interest free, right? And after that, we can actually teach somebody how to get a HELOC and supercharge Debt Shredder. But I can use this program without really touching any of my own money. I want to use other people's money to do this. So from a retailing aspect, every time you develop a customer, it's $1,400 of retail profit in your pocket and 600 BV. So it's one of the highest BV producers that Market America has. So I look at, if I develop 2 customers a quarter, I develop an extra 11,200 a year. Let Debt Shredder deal with that, right? 2 customers a month is 33,000. 2 customers a week is an extra 145,000 in retail profit and 62,400 BV. You can actually turn this into a huge income producer. And if you are a UFO, you can actually pick up the program for $1,695. It creates, there's no retail profit, but it creates 400 BV. So if you're really looking at generating an income, I would do sales assist first. If this is where you want to be, get one of our elite people that are out selling on a regular basis and help you walk through the program, develop a customer base for you, and develop referrals for you. That way, when you understand the program, you're ready to go, you have people to see. Now, if you want to look at this further as far as training, you can go to UnFranchise Training Shop Financial, and it takes you back to where all of our training is. And this could be anything from the videos. We have wealth videos. We talk about how to be successful as a Debt Shredder representative. A whole host of training is back here. What can you do next? Well, if you want to become a representative, it's code 6091, or for Canada C6091 for $100. You can run analysis on you or anyone else. Again, we have training on Monday evenings. They are geared either to our representatives or to developing customers for you at 9 p.m. You can take a look at our Facebook page. But guys, if you want to grow your business with retail profit and generating BV, Shop Financial is absolutely a way to go. Sarah Rose, I am all done with that.
Awesome.
And I would like
That's awesome. Charlie, excellent job. That was really great. Lots of questions, or lots of great feedback in the chat there too. So thank you so much for taking the time. I know you have another webinar that you have to jump on right now, but that was absolutely amazing. And just like I said, I told you guys it's going to be totally mind-blowing, right? When he broke it down like that for me, I was like, I really wish that I had looked at that sooner. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce our final speaker of the night. Her name, hi Sarah, her name is Sarah Tugender, and she is the Director of Sales for NutraMetrix. So she, by the way, has been leading the parade in nutraMetrix for a number of years, but she has no shortage of experience when it comes to sales in general. So she's just a wealth of knowledge when it comes to, like I said, sales in general. And whether you apply it here or anywhere, you're bound to learn something from her. So Sarah, it's all you.
Thank you so much. Let me know if for whatever reason you can't hear me, but it looks like you can. I am so excited to share this because I think it dovetails really nicely on all the other majors and capitalizes on a lot of trends that we're seeing in healthcare. And it is a changing landscape. I can only say that firsthand because I grew up with a health professional. My dad is a medical doctor. I was actually born the week of his first exam in medical school. And having my dad, watching his journey through private practice over 25 years, it's amazing to me that today only 30% of medical doctors at age 40 actually own their own business. And it's for a few different reasons. And one of them is, it's expensive to own a business today. Brick and mortar, rent, it's super expensive. The overhead of having a staff, paying them insurance. And also there's a lot of rising drug costs. And so we always think about it as a patient when we go ahead and we pick up our prescriptions, but we don't think about all the in-office dispensing and the way that that part of the business has changed. Speaking of, there's shrinking insurance reimbursements. And a few years ago, my dad tried to open up a brand new medical practice in addition to his obstetrics and gynecology practice. And he once saw a patient for a full hour and got reimbursed from insurance for $6.14. And, that's crazy to me that you have all of that debt from the schooling that you have. Charlie just talked about, where you have an undergrad degree, sometimes you go for a master's degree or, some sort of like a PhD, then you go to medical school, then you do residency, and then maybe you have the privilege of buying into a private practice or opening up a small business. To have all of that and only get paid, not even $7 an hour is absurd. And whatever side of the fence you are on politically, I can pretty much guarantee that we all agree that, changing regulation and reform initiatives are just making it harder and harder for, the traditional medical model within the United States. And you as a patient, you want things that are different. You're dissatisfied with the fact that, sometimes the medical office feels more through like drive-through healthcare, right? We have long lines, long wait times. We have less interaction with our healthcare professionals. We also want alternatives. I mean, we're not dumb. We sit there, we listen to commercials, and we see that actually pharmaceutical companies spend more money on marketing than they actually do on the research and development. And all those unwanted side effects are absurd. We want alternatives. We want wellness, and we want it from our providers. So there's a lot of providers that are, saying, listen, patients are already using natural approaches. We know that the supplement industry is over a $40 billion industry, and the fastest growing segments are online and from the practitioner. Twice as much are spent on weight loss annually. So that's why, we always say that nutraMetrix and TLS go together like peanut butter and jelly on whole wheat bread. The efforts of Sue Pasqual and myself and my nutraMetrix team, we're always striving to bring, medically supervised weight loss with a great TLS system to our healthcare systems. And a lot of practitioners are offering ancillary services. 23% of family physicians are providing things like medication dispensing, weight loss diagnostics, nutritional counseling, cosmetic services. I mean, Leigh, Reider, we're seeing a lot of our nutraMetrix providers who are going to some of Leigh's trainings because they want to put motives into their businesses. Acupuncture, massage, because they're able to as much as 15% or more from ancillary services. So what do we have at nutraMetrix that's a little bit different than, just your standard UnFranchise? Well, we all have access to customizable products, right? Unique formulas in the form of custom cocktails. cocktail. But what our providers will often do is they'll often make blends for their individual patients. They'll also make blends for their practice, or maybe make things like seasonal blends or a men's blend and a women's blend, different things that they can market on their nutraMetrix websites. That's something that's different. And we find that patients, they have reliable results and better compliance to taking something that has their name right there on the bottle. You can't just go to Google and find Sarah's custom cocktail blend. It's made just for me. The other thing that we just announced with nutraMetrix is the addition of our gene SNP bundles. These are really great. We're going to come up with marketing around these for both the patient and practitioner, where if you have patients that have, common complaints, maybe they're feeling tired, but one particular patient feels tired and achy, or the other is feeling tired and, just overall puffy. We can go ahead and take those common complaints from patients and find their perfect match with their gene SNP bundle, a match of products that's going to work really well for them. The top row is our 4 different foundational bundles, whether you want just the regular foundation or the foundation pro, and whether you want that in our normal serving size or in our 30-day packs. It's really customizable for you. This is a really great way for patients to easily self-identify with a product grouping. And this is something that maybe they even have a hunch or an inkling for some research that they've done on the internet, a lecture they attended, a podcast they listened to, where they're saying, you know what, I need some additional support, in things like, maybe it is in mental health. Maybe it's something in, some digestive support. Maybe it's, where they just really are feeling extremely fatigued. And it's not just something that, extra sleep is going to help with. So this is really great to be environment, which is great. And they figured this out at home test, and something that is easily accessible by a consumer. But nutraMetrix has partnered with a genetic test, gene SNP DNA analysis, which is an advanced nutrigenomic tool to help the patient and the practitioner figure out the best diet and lifestyle for their gene environment, specifically for them. So this is a really great revenue source for our practitioners. TLS with nutraMetrix, with TLS Select, it just goes above and beyond the normal TLS program to help combine the scope of practice and the practitioner's special sauce, maybe some additional diagnostics or tools they already have in their toolbox that they can go ahead and combine with our low glycemic impact weight management system with TLS to bring something really comprehensive to the practice. What does this look like, though? What's the profitability for nutraMetrix in a healthcare office? Well, I think it's really feasible for a health professional to introduce a nutraMetrix bundle to 3 new patients every single week. That's really easy with practitioners like my dad, who are seeing 30 to 40 patients every single day. To ask them to identify 3 a week, to go on a new protocol is not, out of the realm of possibility. And so if they did 3 a week, every single week for a full year, even with some attrition, it's safe to say that they'd have 100 patients who are on one of our foundational programs. So this is a year build out with nutraMetrix. If we're looking here at our Genes Foundation Bundle Pro, which is really our flagship bundle, it costs the health professional $181.90 at a suggested retail of $252.30. So if we just look at the retail profit every single month from 100 patients on this particular bundle, that's $7,000 coming into the practice every single month. And profitability for that practitioner in business volume is almost 13,000 business volume points every single month. I mean, who wouldn't love just to identify one health professional in the left side of your organization and one health professional in the right side of your organization? And you can look a practitioner in the eye and say, with a simple retail model, we can generate a 6-figure ongoing income for your practice. That will help with a lot of the financial burdens that they're seeing today. And so we offer 3 different account types. One is an introductory account, our retail model with our HP1 account, and they can upgrade to an HP executive at any time. That's one with full access who really wants to leverage our solution. You know, not just collect retail profit and not just have something that's for when they own a physical practice, but this really takes them beyond into retirement years. And for our non-health professionals, we have a nutraMetrix consultant account. And this is an unfranchised owner who's attended one of our certification trainings. And so how do you get started? So to attend a nutraMetrix 101 and 201, these happen locally. You can find them in the GNTSS. And if you don't have one in your area, ask your local coordinator on how to get started. And we go over how to identify, you know, target accounts in your area, how to pick up the phone and call your warm and your cold market, get into the door, what resources you have available for the first discovery meeting, all the way proposal and implementation. We're going to help you leverage the business model and figure out what to do before you can get to a full NC training. And so what do we have in 2019? The last weekend in March, we're doing something pretty special. It's 3 events in one weekend. The Friday, Saturday is the NC, the consultant training, where you receive certification if it's your first time as a nutraMetrix consultant. If you're a health professional, Friday's really a bonus day. You're more than welcome to come and learn about implementation in your office. But you will be in a separate room on Saturday for products and implementation training for health professionals only. And the whole group is going to come together for Metrics annual convention. We have certification training of the year. One is going to be the last weekend in June in Dallas, Texas. And the other one, our September training, will be happening in the Northeast. And the date and venue is going to be announced. It'll be for that. We really hope that we see you at a local nutraMetrix training, and we hope that nutraMetrix is a part of your organization.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah. Really quickly, we do have to jump off soon because we need the account for the level up. But a question was, if a doctor is using GeneSnip, will the results provide the bundle the patient should take?
No, it will not, but we will have resources to go ahead and show them how to use the GeneSnip and then figure out which bundle works for them.
Okay, and somebody asked, what was the date again for the Northeast?
We don't have the exact date. It's going to be in September.
Awesome. Okay, so look out for that. And the last one was, how do I introduce this to a health professional, or do I need to be certified?
Yeah, the best thing to do is to find a local GMTSS, nutraMetrix 101 and 201, and we'll tell you how to open those doors, and that'll also give you temporary certification status.
Cool. Okay, and the last thing, Sarah, can I just have your email, an email that I can share with people that have a couple more questions that are like more science-based?
Absolutely. I actually think the best thing is just to email nutrametrix@nutrametrix.com, and we'll get that over to the appropriate person.
Okay, so nutrametrix@nutrametrix.com. So everybody that has any last questions on that, there you go. So thank you so much, Sarah and Sue and Leigh and Charlie and Jason. You guys, we are going to make the replay of this available so that you can share these with your teams. I just want to leave everybody with one final thought. You probably saw some things today or tonight that were interesting for you, and it's a really, really good idea to familiarize yourself with all of the areas of specialization, because the most profitable thing that you can do is specialize in one or two of these that maybe go well together, like WebCenters and TLS, or WebCenters and Motives, or nutraMetrix and TLS, right? Or Shop Financial pretty much went with anything, right? So there's so many options to kind of pair one or two things together. But the biggest thing that you can do is build an organization that has people that major in all of these different areas. And that just gives you some leverage so that you can tap into multiple industries without having to be the one person that's actually doing it. So just keep that in mind as you're building your unfranchised business. Of course, course, we're all with the shopping annuity at the forefront, converting our spending into earning. But from a retail standpoint, specializing in one of our areas of specialization, our university majors, is an excellent way to create a solid ongoing customer base for yourself. So guys, thank you so very much for joining. I hope that this was informative for you. Again, we will pop out the replay and any additional resources, including some of this. I know Jason had specials and Sarah had dates and Sue had TLS Tuesdays, and everybody had something that would be really good for you to follow up with. So I'll try to put all of that into an email and pop it off to you sometime tomorrow. All right, guys, have a great night. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.